Well, hello everybody, JP. We're back once again live from NAB 2026, live from Las Vegas. Glad to be back here for another session here at the convention throughout the week. And I'm here with John Hinkle from NETGEAR. John?
Hey JP, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thank you for doing that. And NAB 2026, the 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
For NETGEAR on the Pro AV side, correct?
Absolutely. So people don't remember, but we've been here for 10 years, and some of that's been in broadcast as well. So overall, as a company, NETGEAR's 30th anniversary, that's a lot of years in networking.
Yeah.
And I was looking to make sure our first products were actually business products. So we've been in business for 30 years and 10 years AV broadcast. So here we are.
And it's like, so in NAB, you guys are here, obviously, with the anniversary and everything else. Are there some new products you guys just announced recently here at the show?
Good idea. Let's show some new products. Yes.
Let's do that.
I'd love that. So right over here, follow us over here. And we have it on the turnstile so you can see it all as if you were here. This switch is a new one, not quite shipping yet, coming out in May. We're going to say May-ish.
Yep.
But it's on the price list now. You can back order if you'd like. This is our MSM 4320. So that means it's got, well, I'll just go through the specifics here. You can see right from the front, the difference is the Neutrik connectors. We love Neutrik. They were great partners in designing this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ports on the front. And look at this. They're actually pass-through connectors. So they're field serviceable. So if something breaks, which never happens in live production,
no,
of course.
Not at all.
Cable doesn't get stepped on or anything. You can replace it in the field, which is awesome.
Yep.
Pop the top, pull it out, and you can buy these at a bunch of different places.
Oh, yeah, even on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm shipped overnight. And people have been asking for this for a long time, so that's cool. Let me go to the back first. We'll come back to the front.
Sure.
On the back, you'll notice we have PowerCon connectors.
Yep.
And these are PowerCon True 1 connectors. The first webinar we did on this thing, introing it, people asked if they're True 1. I guess, and I learned about this.
Yeah.
You probably already knew. The PowerCon True 1 means you can disconnect them under load.
Okay.
So if you're out in the field and you got some live production, something happens for some reason, the switch, you don't have to go turn the power off and then disconnect it and then turn it back on. So under load, you can do that for PowerCon.
Very nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
And all these cards you see on the top of the unit here, let me swing back around to the front. No other switch like this has this sort of interface slot. So we made an optional interface card slot. Well, we'll give you one with the unit.
Yep.
We'll give you one with SFP cards, 4 SFP slots for uplinks, and those are up to 25 gigs a piece.
Yep.
So there's 100 gig of uplink right there.
Okay.
And then if you want copper, great. Here's an Ethernet card.
Yep.
If you want fiber, we have a couple of different optical con fiber. These are quad connectors. So inside, you got these transceivers, and you can put in whatever transceivers you want. You don't have to get them from us. One for single mode fiber, one for multi-mode fiber. Take your pick.
Yep.
And then you have 2 different cards. Those can go in here as well. You can buy one of those as an optional card. So flexible for fiber or copper on the front, the EtherCon on the front, field serviceable, PowerCon in the back.
Yep.
What more could you want?
I love it. I love that the fact that you're adding some components that you could do, basically replace the field, right?
Yeah.
And giving some options, so that kind of eases comes to the pressure points if you got to order it and you got to get something and you're getting ready for production, right?
Definitely.
And you're at it. Who hasn't been in an event site where you had like, hey, we need to go order something real quick, right? Make sure we have some redundancy in the. And we forgot something.
And you can't go find this stuff at like a Walmart or somewhere.
No. There's no local Walmart that's like, hey, do you guys buy? Yeah.
It's hard.
So that's very exciting. So in terms of this switch, is there anything else from the software perspective that you guys are talking about here?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll bring up another switch we have also introduced.
Go for it.
So another hardware switch first, real quick. It's another switch that is, but this one is a powerhouse.
Yep.
It's got 1,600 gig ports. So that's simple. It's a very, very low price point for that horsepower.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing. And that's just real simple. It's non-blocking, which I guess isn't a problem anymore for us. For some switch vendors, you can't use all 16 ports at full speed.
Yep.
With this switch, you can, of course. So we're recognizing as all these streams, all these live streams and other streams are getting so advanced, there's a lot of data there.
Yep.
So we have a 1,600 gig switch as well we introduced. That's available now through the channel. And then software you mentioned, each of our switches for years have had this AV software built in, the AVOS, I call it. What we did was take that switch, that software out of it, and built what we call the Engage software. So some people, had a guy earlier today, didn't know they had Engage. Engage is great for multiple switches. So whether you have a bunch of these or our other switches, M4250s for audio, for comms as well. They're great for that.
Right.
You can use Engage software for doing all the great profile-based stuff we have on multiple switches. So with Engage, the new thing is offline provisioning. So if you don't have the switches yet, but you want to design your network, you can do it in your office in Southern California and then send it off to somebody else, wherever they are. When they get the switches, they plug them in, and they get onboarded automatically with all those settings. So
almost like having a template almost basically ready to
go. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
So it's like that's basically, which is nice too. You hit on the key point is when you are deploying the switches is the multi-traffic or multicasting that's occurring with comms and everything else being distributed over that. So that becomes another area. So that's going to be nice that you're kind of
people forget, and I think some of our biggest installations have been comms.
Yeah.
Like Laurent, our product line manager, is from Paris, and he checked out the Olympics. It was before the switch was online, but and before the software was really ready. But with all the comms involved in that, there's so many hundreds of, maybe thousands of control stations. Yeah. People doing live events understand that. They know that more than us. But that's where we're seeing a huge growth in our switches is comms and also audio, which has been that way for years, audio over IP.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's another, you hit, again, and I think going back to the point of the comms and everything else is that distributed part of the process, the production teams, that your teams are spread out all over, right? Yes. You've got your on-site team, you've got teams remotely that are managing as another tier level to support the other production teams, especially for the Olympics, right? Where you've got so many different entities involved. It's huge.
And I know REMI's a huge thing in broadcast, of course, these days, more so than ever.
Yep.
And I go back to the COVID times when the guy's in this garage switching with some switcher, raw switcher in his garage at home. And that's amazing that actually worked to me. Coming from, broadcasting a number of years, that's incredible. But now that's kind of the norm. It's like, yes, we're going to include all these remote studios from somewhere, and they're just part of the process.
I think that, and I think here, especially at the show, we're kind of seeing that at NAB is about REMI and the remote production. Is that it hasn't been there, to your point. It has, and now it's evolving, and now as these technologies come into play, create greater efficiency in terms of management and other overhead and the deployment you're talking about with the templates and everything else.
Yeah, so we're just trying to make it easier for everybody, again. And somebody else walk it up, have a conversation about, when you try to expand the network, it's not that easy. You go back to a routing switcher or a matrix switcher, and you just got to add a whole new module, or you got to add a whole new chassis and stuff. With IP-based stuff, you just add another switch. And if you want it, encoder or decoder, doesn't matter. It could be asymmetrical. You can add on as you need to. And stuff like this new switch is going to really, I think, make a big difference. So
no, absolutely. We'll and the other plus side that I think you guys are working on too, that somebody recently brought up in a call, is not only providing these updates and other software and functionality that you're talking about, but the other nice part from NETGEAR is the education side of it. For those that haven't been exposed to NDI and other technologies, now you've got the whole NETGEAR Academy to get people on board and up to speed. So as they start deploying these types of solutions, as you guys roll that out, you have a whole other academy that helps them onboard them for that process.
And that's free, we know that. And I think that the neatest thing about that is that we're actually hosting like a dozen, I think, or maybe more, other manufacturers courses on our academy now too.
Oh, wow.
So our awesome trainer, Gus Marcondes.
Yes, good Gus.
Everybody loves Gus.
Yeah.
He did a bunch of Dante training before that, so people know him, and he understands all this stuff, certainly more than I do.
Sure.
But he's designed courses to make sure that's low level, high level, every level of learning, you're going to get something from some of these courses. So that's a free thing. Academy.netgear.com. Got to give the plug.
Yeah, I was going to say, and please do, because I think it's important, because a big part of this in the industry is education, right? And that continuing evolving part of that process of that learning, right? These technologies, as they get simpler to a degree, there's still an education and awareness component that we need to make sure, even for myself.
Exactly. We had a guy stop by today and said, well, I just took your ST2110 course and passed that. I'm like, that's great. Thank you very much. They're proud and they're happy to show that they've actually invested some time and learned something. It's great.
Oh, that's fantastic. John, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through, give us any updates. Everybody, if you're here at NAB this week, please stop by the NETGEAR booth. John and his team and everybody will be here throughout the week. And I'm going to put a QR code up that will link you to the NETGEAR Broadcast AV site. Go there if you want to learn more about what they're talking about, the products, but certainly if you're here at the show, stop by and check that out and ask questions, get demos, whatever you need to do. And as well, after you see the QR code in terms of NETGEAR, there's another QR code that links to a watch page. Now, part of what we're doing here at the show is to bring the Live Anywhere type kind of campaign, if you will, think about it that way, that allows you to be able to be part of the NAB type event week and be able to see these live spots that we're doing. So love to have you join. Subscribe to the YouTube channels if you see this, ask questions. If this video was helpful, please let us know, as well as any questions you might have for John or the team at NETGEAR. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and we will talk to you in the next live session here at NAB 2026 Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us.